Okay, this is video of a 2000 Freightliner MT. This is an updated video. The last one we did wasn't that good. We had it on eBay and YouTube, and we didn't do it with the right camera, so here we go. I'll do a quick little walkthrough here. This truck, we've had it for 2 years. We haven't put a lot of use on it. This is the inside. There's a little tear on the seat. Passenger seat's in really good shape. Kind of walk around here. Front tires are in pretty good shape. Let's see here. Back tires are actually brand new. We just replaced them probably 8 months ago. There's probably 3 5/8 of an inch of tread. This truck was CNG, so now it's diesel. Still has CNG tanks. That's compressed natural gas. You can get it at your local gas company, or some gas stations are even selling it now. But the only thing that runs on CNG is the generator. So the tanks are underneath the bottom. That's the tank. Okay. But the truck itself actually runs with a Cummins diesel motor. Lots of power. It's a good motor. Probably the best motor Cummins ever made. This is the back look of the truck. To the left here is a storage compartment. It goes in about the length of the box. So I think it's about, this particular one I think goes in about 12 feet, but the actual box is deeper in spots. So it's got a backup camera just above the door. It's got a complete set of hazard lights. There's a step down at the bottom that folds out so you can get out of the truck easily. On this side here is a 6500 ES Honda CNG generator. This thing here is heavy duty. It'll run a small welder even. We've used it many times. Very nice machine. With the tanks, it has saddlebag tanks down the bottom on each side of the truck. The generator will actually run, it'll run a long time. We've ran it for a day straight, and it's a water-cooled Honda generator. These things alone, I mean, they're over $5,000. Very nice unit. It's got hose reel that I believe is 50 feet long. Also has a GFI plug on the side of this truck. Okay, we're going to the passenger side here. As you can see, everything's pretty much aluminum inside. You know, here's where you fill it up, the diesel, in that red latch. You just open that up and you fill it up with diesel. Passenger seat's in good shape. Floor's got a little tear in the kind of the padding carpet stuff. But other than that, really everything works in here. It's not out of place. Nothing's not wired. It's all wired up good. We just replaced the battery in here. There was actually 2 batteries, but we live in sunny California, so it's only necessary to have 1 battery here. But if this truck goes to kind of cold areas, it would be good to have 2 batteries. And we have the jumper leads for the extra battery. Front tires are in pretty good shape. You know, they're still 3/8 of an inch there of tread. Underneath the hood is a 12-valve Cummins diesel engine. So this is the engine, if you can see it pretty well. Very nice job on the engine. The engine's in very good shape, very low miles. I think these things will run forever. They outlast most trucks. Tranny's in good shape. It's got a Allison tranny in it. It's got the good heavy duty one. So yeah, that's pretty much the engine compartment. Now let's go inside here to the back. So this is a expanded metal. This protects you from drawers flying open and that sort of stuff. As you can tell, there's a lot of compartments in this. Everything in here is heavy gauge. If you can look how thick it is, it's very heavy duty. They definitely spared no expense on this truck. We've got some shelving up here. That latch is closed, got a hasp block. Compartments that we used to store a lot of electrical components in for what kind of work we do. We're an engineering contractor, so we do a lot of different types of work. And this truck was basically like a mobile shop. Right here is where there is a Wilton vise was mounted. In here is heavy duty drawers. As you can see, they're really thick grade. You know, maybe 10 gauge steel. Another GFI plug. Everything is wired DC and AC. So these lights up here all work DC and AC. So whether your generator's running or you're just cruising down the road, you got DC and AC power. Behind this cabinet here is where your generator sits. There's a workbench, place up here for bigger tools. A lot of compartments, a lot of storage. We have it kind of cleaned out because the reason we're getting rid of this truck is because of California emissions. We have a fairly large fleet, and we have to rotate out our trucks. So here's the diesel tank. So it is an aftermarket diesel tank. It is all wired up with, you know, heavy duty stainless steel fittings. We got some brass fittings here. It's got a vent up there. It's not really in the way too much. When they did the motor conversion, it didn't have a diesel tank underneath the bottom, and it was just easier to go with this aftermarket setup. We hired a local machine shop to do the work on it, and the quality is definitely superior to anything you'll see out there. And so here's kind of the cockpit. We've got video camera for backing up, which is nice. Over here, this is all your traffic control lighting, which it all works very well. You can turn it on however which way if you're working in the street. This is our gauge. This is our fuel gauge for the CNG. This is a temperature gauge. This is our speedometer. It has 67,000 miles on it, and oil pressure and voltage. Over here is our beacons, work lights, flashing lights, and then generator relay. So that they're all hooked up there. This is a dome light. I don't think there's airbags in this, but there is a heating, maybe air conditioning unit there. I'm not really familiar with it. It says, let's see here, look over here. Yeah, so this is all the cooling and heating for the van. But so to start it up, it does have an hour gauge, 6,329 hours. So there's the oil pressure. Looks pretty good. Voltage looks good. Giving it a little bit of gas. Okay, on this truck here, you have your key shut off, and then you have a mechanical shut off. No fuel shut off solenoid, just a mechanical one. This is your dog house to get into transmission area. Overall, there's really, I'm not going to say there's nothing wrong with this truck. I mean, as you can see, there's little tears. You know, the seat that I'm sitting on here has a small tear. You know, it's just a lot of perception on what's wrong, but there's, mechanically, it's a sound truck. Doesn't have any oil leaks underneath the bottom. Real tight that way. The doors all have nice tinted windows, as most of our fleet do. The doors all shut. All the keys, they all lock. All the compartments lock up on this truck, which is nice. And we have the keys for them, and I believe they're all matching set. Let me cruise underneath the bottom here and see if you can get a kind of an overall picture of what's going on here. We've got the transmission, which, as you can tell, it's pretty clean. The motor's clean. Shocks look fairly new. Right here you can see these are the CNG tanks, the saddlebag system. We were gonna replace it and just pull the tanks out and run a Honda gas powered generator, but if you end up with this truck, you'll see it's just absolutely, the gas is inexpensive, it's clean, quiet, and runs forever. I mean, it's probably, I can't really say exactly because we never actually filled them up and ran it, but it'll run a long time. Back in the motor compartment again. No real dents. The bumpers are actually pretty straight. I mean, there's a little bit of rust on the bumper, but they're not bent in. The thing hasn't been wrecked. Side compartment, the door in good working shape. Again, key lock. I'm not sure what that's for. I think that's some type of grounding system. But generator, I think this key lock might be different than the rest. It's the only thing that's different. The back, you know, the bumpers don't look beat up too bad. I mean, there's a little ding right there. Side profile though, it's never been ran into or anything. These doors open and close real nice. That's your kind of the basic look of the outside of the back. You can see your camera right there, which is really nice to have in these step hands. There's your hose reel tucked back underneath of there. And there's more lighting underneath the bottom. Yeah, so I don't know, there's probably 12 drawers right here. Put a lot of our cordless and hand tools equipment in there. There's a breaker there for the generator. And the other side here, there's no dents on this side. This truck was freshly painted, so it's not a cheap paint job on it. It's a nice and shiny paint job. They did a good job on it. So okay, if you have any questions, feel free to call the phone number on the ad on eBay, and good luck bidding. All right, thank you.